Hello, everyone, and welcome to the class. My name is Audrey, and for today's reading lesson, we will be taking a look at an article that is done about a psychological study. Okay, and this study, if you've read in the description, is about mindfulness. And specifically, the title is Can Mindfulness Really Help You Focus? Okay, so we're going to be talking about ways to focus, and in this article, we'll look at a study or an experiment done about mindfulness. Okay, if you're not sure exactly what that means, that is perfectly okay, because as we go through the article, we're going to be learning what it means to be mindful and how mindfulness, maybe, according to this study, can help you focus. Okay, so this class is great for intermediate to advanced, even if you're upper beginner. I hope that you can take a lot from this class. Right now is our premium period, so those of you who have reservations can go ahead and join. And those of you who do not, just wait a few minutes and you will be able to join here. Okay, let's see who we have. We have Oytun.
Yep,
Hi, how are you?
I am doing well. You?
Great, nice to see you. Did I say your name right? Help me.
Yes, Oytun.
Okay, very good, very good. And where are you from, Oytun?
I am connecting from Turkey.
Okay, wonderful, wonderful. Nice to meet you. So I hope that
Nice
you
to
can
meet you too.
enjoy and get a lot from this class. Let's see who else we have. Shadi?
Hello,
Hi,
hello,
how are you?
hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you now.
Yes. My name is Shady, but it's the first time I are this website at all. I'm just trying it.
Oh, very good, very
Uh,
good. So this is your first time joining a class?
the connection is very slow. I'm supposed to like turn off the camera to make the connection better.
Yes, yes. So try to turn off your camera because it's very difficult to understand you just because of the connection.
Yeah,
So try to turn off your camera and maybe that will help
yeah.
because
I'm
I'd
just
love for
trying
you to be
to.
able to
Yeah,
participate. Okay?
I'm just trying to do so.
Okay. There's an icon right above the Verbling chat. It has a picture of a camera on it. If you click that icon, it will turn off your video camera. Okay? So we will come back to you. Right now, welcome everyone to the class. As I've said before, the class is a lesson, but also a conversation lesson, as my reading lessons typically are. So yes, we will be reading, we will be looking at this article, but be thinking what your opinions are on the article, and we'll have plenty of time to make comments. Okay, so really quickly, we're going to introduce everybody. Again, welcome to the class. So when I call on you, maybe help me with your name if I'm saying it wrong. So tell us your name, where you're from, and what is something that you do to help you focus better. Our article is about focusing. So tell us something that you do, maybe if you're working or trying to study to focus better. Okay, so let's start first with Abdullah.
Hi everyone, my name is Abdullah. I'm from Germany, and I listen to music when I try to study. Well, actually, I used to listen to music when I was studying, but I am not studying now. Yeah.
Okay, very good, very good. So listening to music, was there a particular type of music you like to listen to?
It was actually classical music. Yeah.
Ah, very
It,
good,
it
very
was very
good. I
helpful.
think,
Yeah.
yes, I think it can be helpful to listen
Yeah,
to something like classical.
exactly.
Okay, very good. We also have Dim. Are you
Okay.
there?
Yeah. Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Yes. Oh, thanks for having me.
Yes, it's nice to have you. Can you introduce yourself? Tell us your name and where you're from.
Yes. Okay. My name is Dan. I am from Colombia. I am a student. Um,
Okay.
I want to be I don't know an artist. I
An
draw
artist?
pictures and stuff like that. Yes.
Oh, very good, very good. And Dim, what do you like to do to focus? You said you're a student, so what kind of things do you like to do to help yourself focus?
I try to learn from my by my own on my own,
Mm-hmm.
and I pretend to learn um, as an example to learn to speak English, um, student by my own, and I prefer to do it lonely. Yeah,
Mm-hmm. You could say alone. You prefer to do it alone.
yes, alone.
Okay, very good. So maybe
Yeah,
being by yourself
without any
helps you to focus.
disturbing.
Mm-hmm. Okay, very good, very good. Next we have Nihan. How are you?
Thank you, Audrey. I'm fine. And you?
Great, nice to see you. Your microphone is really quiet. If you could turn up the volume, I don't know if you can, but
Okay, maybe I
yes,
can come closer.
yes, it's
Um,
better now.
okay. I'm from Turkey, and I guess four of them in the class is Turkish. Maybe Abdullah from Germany is his origin is Turkish, I guess. I'm an accountant. That's all.
Okay, very good, very good. And Nyan, what is something that you do to focus?
Mm, can you repeat the question more
Sure.
specifically?
Sure. So, what is some kind of thing that helps you to focus better? So, maybe if you're trying to complete a task or if you're trying to study, what is something you like to do to be able to focus more?
Um, Actually, I can focus totally silent. I do not like listening something. Only silence could be able. I can focus something much.
Okay, very good, very good. So, you like it to be completely silent when you're
Yes,
trying to do something.
that's true.
Okay, very good. We are the same. I like to have silence when I'm trying to do something. Okay, very good, very good. Let's go next to Oyten. Are you there, Oyten? Oh, he's left us. Okay, we'll come back. Now we have Rod. How are you?
I'm good, Audrey.
Great, great. It's nice to see you again. It's been a while.
Only a while, short.
Very good. So tell us, Rod, where you're from and what you like to do to focus.
I'm from Peru, South America, and uh, to focus in something like studies, I use or play music on my computer,
Mm-hmm.
relaxing music, and if my house is completely empty without any people, person,
Mm-hmm.
it's much better.
Okay, very good, very good. So you like to listen to some relaxing music sometimes, and it's better when you're alone, when it's quiet.
Yeah.
Okay, very good. We also have Samet. How are you?
Hello, I'm fine. How are you?
Great, nice to see you. Where are you from?
I'm from Turkey.
Okay, very good, very good. And what do you like to do to focus?
Well, to focus, I prefer silent places, because silence helps me focus, and I don't care about anything. I just focus in my work, so it's better for me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay, very good, very good. So you like the silence. We'll go next to Selma. Are you there, Selma?
Yes, hello, teacher.
Oh, very good, very good. Hi,
Uh,
how are you?
I'm doing great, thank you.
Okay, great. Tell us where you're from and what you like to do to focus.
Okay, I am Selma from Algeria, and in order to focus in something, I need a clear, quiet environment which has no disturbance, no talkative people, and also drink sometimes soda to keep me active and concentrated in something. And sometimes I listen to opera music. It inspires
Mm-hmm.
me with brilliant ideas.
Oh, very good, very good. Yeah, opera can be very inspiring. It sounds very
Mm,
inspiring.
yes, teacher.
Okay, very good, very good. And next we have Wonderson. How are you?
Yes, hi Audrey, I'm fine, thanks.
Great, Wonderson. It's been so long.
Yeah,
Well, it's nice to see you. So tell us, Wonderson, where
yes,
you're from.
yes,
Understand
hi
Kaplama?
everyone. I'm from Brazil.
Okay,
Uh,
very good. And what do you like to do to focus?
yes, can you hear me okay? Can you hear me
Yes, we can
okay?
hear you very well.
Yeah, yes, I also like silent environments to study or to work. As
Mm-hmm.
I work at home, I like to shut the bedroom door and study in silence. And I also close the Facebook window and the email window so that I can concentrate in my work and study.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. So it's not just noisy distractions, but there's other kind of distractions that you
Yes.
need to get rid of. Okay. Very good. Very good. Mina, you've joined us. How are you?
Fine, thank you, Audrey. How are you?
Great. It's nice to see you today. Tell us where you're from and what you do to focus.
I'm originally from Turkey, but I live in US now. And for focusing, I try to be silent environment. I like the silent environments. Generally, if I need to study, I am going to the library.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and also sometimes I listen classical music for that.
Okay, very good, very good. So, several of us like to study or to work in silence or to listen to music to help us focus. Okay, very good. So, let's take a look. Let's go ahead and take a look at this article. Let me put it up on the screen and just let me know if you have any trouble seeing it. I'll also post a link in the chat. Okay, and so as you can see in the description, and as I have mentioned before, the title of this article is Can Mindfulness Really Help You Focus? So we're going to look at this term mindfulness and kind of figure out what it means to be mindful, what it means when they say mindfulness. And
Um,
the link didn't come up, did it?
no, it didn't.
Yeah. Is it possible that you put it on Google Hangouts chat?
I
No,
put it I
uh,
put it in
the,
the verbling, but it doesn't seem to be working. So
Yeah, I haven't
let
seen it yet.
let me put it in the group chat. Okay, so if you want to find the link, it's in the group chat, not the verbling chat.
okay.
All right.
Okay, and if somebody would for me, if anybody's verbling chat is working, would you post the link in the verbling chat so that those who are watching can see it?
Yeah,
Okay?
someone did it already. Thank you.
Okay, wonderful. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get started. We'll read these section by section. After you finish your section, I'll let you know if you have any pronunciation errors, and then we'll talk about the vocab and discuss the topic. Okay?
All right.
So let's see. Let's start out first with Abdullah. Would you like to read the title and the first section?
Sure. Can mindfulness really help you focus? If there is any time when we should be paying close attention to what we are doing, it is when we are under pressure to perform, whether taking a test like the SAT or on a deadline at work.
Okay, very good, very good. No pronunciation mistakes. Are there any vocabulary questions?
No.
Okay, everything's okay. Anybody else have any questions?
No.
Okay. So very good. This is the introduction to our article, and it says, basically, to summarize, the most important time when we need to focus is when we're under pressure, like when we're taking a test or if we have a deadline at work. Okay, so I hope everybody understands that well, and as we get into the deeper part of the article, maybe you'll have some more questions. Okay, so let's go on to the next one. Stop me if I'm going too fast. Dem, would you like to read the next section for us?
Okay. But too often, our minds wander even in these crucial moments, distracted by a ticking clock or consumed with worries about how well we're doing or how much time we have left. Jonathan Schuyler, a professor of physiology at the University of California, Santa Barbara, wondered if instruction in mindfulness, the capacity to focus on the here and now, could help.
Okay, very good.
Excuse me.
Yes?
How I should pronounce this word? Capacity?
Right, this word right here is capacity. Capacity.
Okay.
Okay, very good. And I had another word for you, Dem. This one, psychology, right here. A professor of psychology.
Psychology. Okay, thanks.
Okay, perfect. So everything else was great. What are some questions here?
Teacher,
Yeah, go ahead, Salma.
what does it mean, SAT test?
Let me find it. Where is it in the passage?
SAT test.
The first passage.
The SAT.
SAT test.
SAT.
Right. So whether taking a test like the SAT is a common test in the United States to take to enter the college, to enter a university. Okay, so it says that taking this test, the SAT, is a time that you might feel pressure. Okay, very good question. Any other questions? Okay, so what is the second passage saying? The first passage says we need to focus when we're under pressure, and this one starts out with, but too often our minds wander in these crucial moments or in these times when we're under pressure. So we get distracted by things in the background or distracted by other worries that we have. Okay, and the second part of this is talking about this professor of psychology in the University of California who is doing an experiment or a study about mindfulness. Now, for those of you who might be wondering what it means, mindfulness exactly, we have a definition right after the word, the capacity to focus on the here and now. That definition might be a little confusing. Can anybody redefine what it means, mindfulness?
To pay attention, maybe?
Right, to pay attention, it could be. What else? How else would you define it?
Carefulness.
Okay, being careful. How else?
To focus on what you already have and what you are looking for in the future, to have a certain balance between both of them.
Okay, yeah, to focus on what you already have, but it's more to focus on what's right now in the present. So you're not worried about the future, you're not worried about the past, you're worried about right now in the present. Okay, so that's the capacity to focus on the here and now. The here and now meaning the present. Okay, any other questions?
What does it mean, ticking clock?
A ticking clock. The tick is the noise that a clock makes as it goes around. So you could be right, exactly. So you could be distracted by that tick-tock sound. Okay, very good question. Any other questions? Okay, so let's go ahead. I hope we all understand what it means, mindfulness. And this professor of psychology was wondering if maybe you could be taught to be mindful. He was wondering about instruction in mindfulness and if it could help. Okay, so let's go next to Mine. Mine, would you read this for us?
Yeah. In a forthcoming issue of the Journalist Psychological Science, he and his co-authors describe an experiment in which 48 undergrads were randomly assigned to either a mindfulness class or a nutrition class.
Okay, very good. So we're setting up the experiment right now. We have 48 undergraduates assigned to either a mindfulness class or a nutrition class. Are there any questions here?
What's the meaning of nutrition?
Nutrition. Who can explain what it means, nutrition?
Nutrition means food. The
Right.
science of food, maybe.
Food.
Right.
Food, vitamin, and everything. Minerals.
Garments and food.
Right, so you have vitamins and food and the science of that. So telling you in this class what's good for you, what's good for your health, and maybe the foods that are bad for you.
Yes, I understand. Feeding.
Okay, very good. So we have these two classes. One group is going to a mindfulness class where they're going to learn how to focus on the present. And the second group of people is going to a nutrition class. So they'll learn about healthy and unhealthy foods and vitamins. Okay, so this is the study. This is the experiment. And we'll see what happens. Any other questions?
Nope.
Everything's okay?
Yes.
Okay, very good, very good. So what do you think so far? I'm going to open it up for just a little bit of discussion. What do you think about this experiment? What's going to happen?
I think with this experiment, they will find out if a mindfulness class influence our focusing, or it is more the things that we eat or that we take to us who influence our thinking or focusing. Maybe.
Yeah, so maybe that's what they're testing. If the mindfulness and the ability to focus is more connected, or if it's connected to the nutrition. Okay, other comments? What do you think? What do you think is going to happen?
Nowadays, most people knows that nutrition food is good for the body, not just for body, for brain also. I think that is the reason what we eat, it is also help what we are thinking or what we have, what we focus on.
Okay, yes, very good, very good. So let's see what happens. Let's go ahead and read the next section. And we have Nihan, could you read it for us?
Of course, both classes met for 45 minutes, 4 times a week, for 2 weeks. During the mindfulness class, participants sat on cushions in a circle. They were asked to pay focused attention to some aspect of sensory experience, like the sounds of their own breathing.
Okay, very good, very good. So now we're describing how the mindful class was, the mindfulness class was. Any questions?
What's the meaning of cushion? Cushion in a
Yes.
circle.
Okay,
Yes.
a cushion. Go ahead.
Cushion is a soft pillow. A cushion is placed on a
Okay.
sofa or
Okay. Sat on
yeah,
cushion. Okay, I
yeah.
understand.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Right. So like a soft pillow that's on a couch.
Yeah.
Okay, very good. Any other questions? Okay, so do you think that so far we know what they're doing in the mindfulness class? They're sitting in a circle on cushions and they're focusing on some aspect of their senses. So in this case, the example that they give is the sounds of their own breathing. Do you think that this kind of class could help you focus?
I think this is like yoga. I think they, in my opinion, because they do that the same when they practice yoga too.
So it could be a similar concept to
Yeah.
yoga.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things in yoga that don't involve as much physical activity, and it's a lot of focusing on your breath and breathing. Okay, any other comments? Do you think that this could be a helpful
Um,
exercise?
I think that this could be helpful, but most of the people don't understand, yeah, how this works.
Okay, yeah, and have you ever tried something like this?
Yeah, I said this because I have made some tests. Yeah, I did this before, but a lot of people don't understand. They are bored when they do this.
Mm-hmm.
So this could be helpful, but not for for other people.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
Audrey,
yeah.
I
Go
think
ahead.
I had an experience like this in my theater class. We do it a week, and it opens our minds and think more clearly, more deeply.
uh,
Okay, yeah, very good. So it's something that you do once a week, you said, Mihan?
Yes, that's true. In my theater class.
Okay, very good, very good. And you find it to be very helpful to open your mind.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, very good. Selma, did you want to add something as well?
I think this one it would be more beneficial for to develop meditation. I think it won't be helpful to focus to get you focused on something.
Okay, so you think it'll help you to meditate, but not necessarily to focus on something?
Yes, to meditate and to have deep meaning of things, but for
Mm-hmm.
focusing, I don't think so.
Okay, interesting. Any other comments? Any comments to that?
Well, I also don't think that it would be useful for us because it is a cushion and it is something really comfortable. So I would sleep on it, I think.
So you're just gonna fall asleep.
Yes, most probably I will.
Okay, very good. And somebody who thinks that this would be helpful, could you explain maybe why you think so?
It's yeah, for sure it's very helpful because people can figure out what's going on in some problems or in some activities that they do. For example, taking an exam, it's a classic. They got nervous or something like that, and they can figure out what's happening with them
Mm-hmm.
when they
Okay,
use
yeah.
mindfulness.
Mina, did you want to add something?
I think it is more personal. Some people doesn't believe meditation or yoga, and they are more logical, or they want to see something with as a result. And those people, I don't think so. They are believe this kind of the things. But breathing, I believe meditation and breathing techniques, and if breathe deeply, you get more oxygen in your brain, and this is good for the focusing.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah. So maybe it's about the increased oxygen to your brain, which is always a good thing. And remember that in this mindfulness class, it's not exactly the same as things like meditation and yoga. So what you're doing is you're practicing focusing. Even though you're focusing on things like your breath and the sounds of your breathing, it's not exactly like meditation where you're trying to find yourself and calm yourself. You're really practicing on focusing. You're practicing the art of focusing. Okay, so it's a little bit different. Okay, any other comments before we move on? Okay, let's go ahead to the next one. Um, Onur, how are you?
How are you? I'm fine.
Great. Would you like to see, or would you like to read the next one for us?
Yes.
Okay, it starts with they practiced.
They practice this distin distinguishing between the simple thoughts that naturally arise in our minds. I have test tomorrow, and thoughts that become elaborated with emotion. Emotion. I am really worried that I won't do well, and if I fail it, I will have to take the class over, and then I won't gruda- gru- graduate and graduate on time.
Okay,
Sorry,
very good.
sorry.
No, no problem, no problem. You did very well. Let me point out some words to help you, okay?
Okay.
So this first word is distinguishing, distinguishing.
Dis- distinguishing.
Okay, perfect. The next one I wanted to show you was this one, elaborated, elaborated. Okay? Okay, and the next one
Okay.
is right here.
Elaborated.
Very good, very good. Elaborated. And next is this one, graduate, graduate.
Graduate.
Okay, very good. Excellent.
Yes.
So
Thank
before we talk about it, what are some questions? What are some vocab questions?
you.
Any questions?
I I don't understand.
The section you don't understand very well?
No question.
Okay. Anybody else have any questions?
Nope.
So this paragraph is a little tricky. Can someone summarize it for us?
Can I try?
Sure. Go ahead, Selma.
In this paragraph, the experiment would be on some parties on the thoughts that they already exist in our minds and the feelings or the response that we have toward that thoughts.
Right, exactly. So we have the distinction between these two types of thoughts. The simple thoughts that they mentioned, you know, simple things like I have a test tomorrow, or the thoughts that combine with emotion, like the second one. Okay, very good. Good job. Any other questions, comments?
Okay, about this paragraph, for example, in this case, the first thoughts that are facts, for example, an exam tomorrow, but the negative facts that you are trying to, for example, you are trying to say, or establish, but it's very difficult to get rid those negative thoughts.
Right, exactly. So we're talking about two different kinds of thoughts. The ones that you said or that you categorize as facts, and ones that have more emotion, and they can be negative. Okay, so they could be negative or positive. In this case, it's more negative. Okay, very good. Any other comments or questions? Okay, let's go to the next one. And Rod, would you read it for us? Are you there, Rod?
Sorry,
Maybe he's not.
here, I'm here.
Okay, there you are.
I forget
Very good.
to unmute.
Oh, okay, so go ahead and read for us this one.
Okay, the undergrads enrolled in the mindfulness class were taught how to reframe these more emotional concerns as mere mental projections, and how to allow their minds to rest naturally, rather than trying to suppress or get rid of their thoughts.
Okay, very good, very good. And Rod, you had mentioned that in the previous paragraph, it's hard to get rid of those second type of negative thoughts. This one is saying that how do you let your mind rest naturally? Instead of fighting to get rid of those thoughts, how do you let your mind rest naturally? Okay, so that's what we're talking about here. Any questions? Any vocab questions? Everything's okay? Even if you don't understand a paragraph very well, if you don't understand the whole thing, you can ask and we'll try to go through it together. So does everybody understand okay, or is there something that's not clear?
But it's ironic if you can rest your mind naturally, the other thoughts are coming naturally too, and how to difference between them.
Right, right. So it seems pretty tricky, kind of ironic. How do you rest your mind and let these natural thoughts happen as well? Okay. Any other comments about that? Do you think it's possible to let your mind just rest and be peaceful?
Yeah, when you die, I think you can do that. You can rest in peace. You do that, okay.
Yeah, so maybe Samet, you don't think that as long as we're living, you just can't rest your mind.
Yeah, because our brain works all the time, and always there will be ideas, rolling in our mind. So we cannot just get rid of it easily, I think.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah. Any other opinions or thoughts? What do you think? There's got to be someone who thinks they can rest their mind
Before they die.
before they die. Yes, before. Maybe not. Are we all in agreement that it's just impossible?
Yeah, I agree with him.
Thank you.
That is impossible.
Okay,
It's
okay,
it's
very
not
good.
too hard, I think. Impossible is a big word. I think maybe working classes are good for me. Get rid of some thoughts, some casual problems in my life. Most of things may rest our thoughts, and we can try to get rid of a lot of things by doing some kind of things, listening music or participating the verbling classes. Some of
Mhm.
things.
Okay, yeah. So maybe you can take your mind off of some of those thoughts by participating in other activities.
Yes, that's true.
Okay, very good, very good. Any other thoughts, opinions? Okay, let's keep going. Um, let's see. Sumet, would you like to read the next one?
Yes, sure. All of the participants who had completed a measure of working memory and a verbal reasoning section from the GRE, an exam for grad school, before the class started, took these tests again after the classes were over. Researchers also checked how frequently the students' mind wandered while working on the tests.
Okay, very good, very good. So remember our original experiment. We had 48 students, 48 undergrad students. Um, one half of them was going into a mindfulness class, and the other half was going into a nutrition class. And they completed this section of the GRE before, and then they're completing it again after taking these classes, and we'll see how it affects them. Okay, very good. Any questions? Any questions? Any words you didn't understand or phrases?
Verbal reasoning.
Okay, verbal reasoning. That's an interesting concept. Can anybody explain to us the concept behind verbal reasoning?
I took GRE. I know how.
Okay, great.
How
So
to.
tell us, Mime.
They have three sections. One is the math section, the other is verbal section and writing section. Verbal reading section, they ask vocabulary question, reading comprehensive, and this kind of the question they ask, and they measure your focusing, your understanding.
Okay, very good, very good. So interesting. Any other questions? Okay, very good. So we're going to continue and see how this affects their scores on these exams. So Wonderson, would you read the next one for us?
Yes. Schuller and his colleagues found that participants who had received the mindfulness training improved their GRE reading comprehension scores and working memory capacity, and experienced fewer distracting thoughts while completing the measures the second time.
Okay, very good, very good. So we have the results. What happened? What happened in this study so far? So what did
I
we
think,
find? Go ahead, Wonderson.
yeah, I think they managed to focus more at reading uh, at the reading text.
Mm-hmm.
Reading the text, they could focus more, understand more things.
Right, exactly. And it doesn't really give us specifics like how well they improved or how much they improved, but it says that those participants who were in the mindfulness class, in the mindfulness training, did improve their scores, seemingly that they were able to focus better on the test. Okay. Any questions before we talk about that? Okay, so what do you think? Why do you think that they improved after taking this mindfulness class, and presumably more than those that took the nutrition class?
They know better how they focus on specific
Right. Okay, there's a lot of noise. I'm going to mute you down, but you can unmute yourself whenever you'd like to participate. Okay, Mina, could you repeat?
I think the second time they know how do you focus better than before after mindfulness training class,
Mm-hmm.
and if they are more focusing, they get the higher results.
Mm-hmm. Okay, very good, very good. Any other ideas?
I think they may also learn how to not to be distracted. I think.
Yeah. So this can be helpful to not only let them focus, but
Yeah,
another part of that is to keep away from distractions or to keep from being distracted.
that's right.
Okay, very good. What else? Any other thoughts?
Maybe they learned how to control their minds, maybe how to control and also to become more intelligent, maybe to get a better score, better grade,
Mm-hmm.
maybe controlling their mind.
Right. So in this case, it seems like it was very helpful for them to take this mindfulness training. And we can see now that they don't really mention the nutrition class. That's because that was more of a control group. So if you know about experiments, a controlled group is just a group taking any other class. They're not trying to test the effectiveness of learning about nutrition. They just want to have another group who did not get the mindfulness training. Okay, so they're comparing that control group to this group who did get this training, and it appears that they did a lot better. Okay, very good. So let's go ahead, continue. Abdullah, would you like to read this one? Are you there, Abdullah? You might need to unmute your microphone. Okay, we'll come back to you. So let us know if you come back. Next we have David or David. How are you?
Fine, thanks.
Great. Nice to
Yes,
see you. Where are you from?
I'm from Valencia, Spain.
Okay, perfect. Would you like to read the next section of the article for us?
Yes, of course. Um, Schuller notes that the findings of his study are in line with other research showing that mindfulness training leads to reduced activation of the default network, a collection of regions in the brain that tend to become more active when our minds are at rest than when we're confused on a mentally challenging task. Sorry.
Okay, very good, very good. Just this word right here, I think you just saw it wrong. It's focused, not confused. when we are focused. Okay, you see that at the end? So everything else was good. Your pronunciation was good. So schooler is the professor who was overseeing this study or who was doing this study. And what does he find? This is also a complicated section. Can anybody try to summarize it? Somebody want to try? Is it because it's too difficult or because we're shy?
Difficult for me. Difficult for me.
Okay, so maybe what are some words that we didn't understand here?
What does tend means? What does tend mean? Tend.
Right, to tend. It says there are regions in the brain that tend to become more active. So to tend is to be likely to do something or to usually do something. So they usually become more active when our minds are at rest. Okay?
Okay.
What's the exact meaning, default network?
Okay, yes, let's see. Let's see where it says that. A reduced activation of the default network. The sentence that follows is a definition of the default network. So it says the default network is a collection of regions in the brain that usually become more active when our minds are at rest. Okay, so that default network is the part of our brain that's more active when we're at rest than when we are focused on something. Okay? So the whole meaning of this paragraph, I know it's kind of hard. The whole meaning of this paragraph is saying that this mindfulness training helps us to focus more. Our minds are less at rest than they are focused. Okay, so it says mindfulness training leads to a reduced activation of this part of your brain that is active when your mind is at rest. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, very good, very good. So let's continue. Mina, would you read this for us?
Okay. People who have been practicing meditation for many years, and even those who have undergone mindfulness training for just a couple of weeks, show reduced activation on brain gain of this network, which has been associated with the mind wandering.
Okay, very good, very good. So this is another way of saying the previous paragraph. Maybe this way is a little bit easier to understand. So we have people who have been meditating or practicing meditation for many years, as well as those who have gone through this mindfulness training. This part of their brain that's active when they are at rest is less activated. So it means that their mind is at rest less often if they have been meditating. Okay, and it seems kind of different than what you would expect. So you would expect maybe for meditation to put your mind more at rest. However, this suggests that when you meditate and when you do this mindfulness training, your mind is not at rest as often. Okay, what do you think about that?
At the beginning, I thought that the other thoughts are come besides as a real fact. We can call them negative thoughts. now I figured out that they can be removed, or yeah, they can be removed, and we can focus on the real one.
Yeah,
The
so
real,
maybe go ahead.
on the real problem, or the real situation that we are working.
Yeah, so maybe these, as you call them, negative thoughts, maybe we can focus less on those and more on the real problems that we can really solve. Okay, good. Anything else? Any other comments? Okay, let's go to the next section. I'm not sure if we'll get done. We just have a few more minutes, but maybe we'll look at one or two more sections, and then you can have a chance to comment. So let's see. Nihan, would you read this one for us?
It may be the case, scholars theorize, that mindfulness training reduces mind wandering by dampening the activation of the default network, preventing our thoughts from straying.
Okay, very good, very good. I just wanted to point out this word theorizes. Theorizes.
Theorizes, scholar theorizes.
Okay, perfect, perfect. So, do you know what that means to theorize?
Excuse me?
Do you know what it means to theorize?
Theorize, yes. In my language, it's the same meaning.
Oh, okay, very good, very good. So can you define it for us?
Stuart, theorize. I think I can't.
Yes, it may be a hard one to define, right?
I know the meaning, but the definition is a little hard.
Can anybody help Nihan out? What does it mean to theorize?
Make theory.
Is it theory?
Right, it comes from the word theory, so to make a theory, as Mina said.
Set of ideas, I think, theory.
Right, to come up with an idea or a theory, you could say. Okay, exactly. So Schooler, again, this professor is theorizing, or he's coming up with this idea that this training reduces mind wandering. So again, if it reduces the mind wandering, then it's helping you to focus because your mind is not in many different places at once. Okay, any other question? No questions?
I have a question. This is the whole article or some of them?
Is this the whole article?
Yeah.
This is the whole article. I think, let me see, we had a couple more paragraphs. We had two more paragraphs, but this is the whole article. It's just a very brief article
I haven't
to
seen any
summarize.
result about the nutrition. That is the reason I'm asking this question.
Right, right. Because as I said, the nutrition, they weren't really wondering what would happen if you studied nutrition. They really wanted to know what happened if you studied the mindfulness class.
Okay.
So the nutrition was just something to compare the mindfulness training to.
Even though nutrition is the control group, they have to say something about the outcome. That is the reason I'm asking.
Right, right. So maybe it would be better if they mentioned it a little bit more. But I think when they say before that the mindfulness training improved their GRE scores, they're comparing it to the nutrition group. Not only to their own scores, but to the nutrition group.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, but that's an excellent question, and I think it would have been a better article if they would have mentioned the nutrition group and exactly what happened with that. Okay, excellent point. So we are out of time. Are there any last comments? Who wants to comment? What did you think about this idea of mindfulness training? Somebody? Help me out. So is it a new concept for you? Anybody want to comment?
I think the text is a little difficult.
Can you say again, Nihan?
The text, the article is a little bit difficult. I think the sentences is too long, and if you don't know one word in that, you couldn't able to catch the meaning.
Oh, yes, yes. It can be difficult sometimes because it's talking about something so technical, about psychology.
Yes.
Yeah, so it can be tricky. It can definitely be tricky. But you know, I hope that you got the general meaning that this mindfulness training can maybe help us to focus even more. It's something similar to meditation, and maybe going through these classes, you can be able to focus more on something that you're learning or something that you're studying. Okay? So maybe if you would like to, you can take a look at the article again and try to see some of the things that you didn't understand. Right now I have to go, so I can do my next class. So thank you all for participating. It's been a pleasure, and I hope to see you in the future, okay?
Thank you for the class. Bye-bye.
Yes, everyone. Take care. Bye-bye.
It was great.